the feeling that we have that flying in planes is more dangerous because we remember the last time a plane crashed? Is that based on availability heuristic?
Absolutely. We know from a lot of psychological research, and that's a great example, that people tend to be very bad, and we're all bad about this, at estimating risks, health risks, and travel risks, and so on. So you're exactly right. People massively overestimate how dangerous it is to fly. In fact, flying is far safer, as we know, than driving, thousands of times safer, in fact. But, of course, when there is a plane crash, that's obviously extremely tragic. It understandably garners an enormous amount of media attention, oftentimes for days on end, when, in fact, there are tons of, I live in Atlanta, and there are multiple single-car fatality crashes here every week that we don't typically hear about, or at least we don't hear much about it on the news. It does not make big news, so we overestimate risk. Same thing is true of health risks. Not to minimize the risk of swine flu. Of course, there have been some tragic deaths from swine flu, and that's just terrible. But in fact, swine flu does not seem to be much more dangerous. In fact, maybe somewhat less dangerous than other kinds of flu viruses. We don't know. We often don't hear about all of the people who die from other flu viruses and have died in past years, when in fact thousands and thousands of people die every year from the flu each year. Again, because of availability, when things get a lot of media coverage, we tend to overestimate their risk. When things do not get a lot of media coverage, we tend to underestimate those risks.